Smith.
Welcome to ESLPod.com's A Day in the Life of Jeff. The commute home. In part 6, welcome to ESLPod.com.
Welcome to ESLPod.com's
A Day in the Life
Vô diễn tới
of Jeff.
A Day in the Life of Jeff.
Part 7,
Part 7.
the commute
The commute
home
home
and running errands.
and running errands.
I'm your host,
I'm your host,
Dr. Jeff McQuillan,
Dr. Jeff McQuillan
from the Center for Educational Development.
from the Center for Education Development.
In part 6,
In Part 6,
we were at work.
we were at work.
We took a break
We took a break
and we went to lunch.
and we went to lunch.
Now our work is
Now our work
finished
is finished
and we get to go
and we get to go
home.
home.
Let's get started.
Let's get started.
It's 5 o'clock
It's 5 o'clock
and it's quitting time.
and it's within time.
I put a few files
I put a few files
into my bag,
into my bag,
grab my mug,
grab my mug,
and say goodnight
and say good night
to the rest
to the rest
of the people
of the people
in my area.
in my area.
I go to the parking
I go to the parking
garage
garage
and get into my car.
and get into my car.
I signal my
I signal my
turn
turn
onto the street
onto the street
and drive toward the
and drive toward
freeway on
the freeway on ramp.
I merge
I merge
as best
as fast
as I can
as I can
onto the freeway,
onto the freeway,
which is always
which is always
a bit of a hassle
a bit of a hassle
at this hour.
at this hour.
Traffic is stop
Traffic is stop
and go
and go out
all the way
the way
from downtown.
from downtown.
I hear on the radio
I hear on the radio
that there's a
that there's
stalled car
a style car
in the fast lane
in the fast lane
near La Brea,
near La Brea,
backing up traffic
backing up traffic
all the way
all the way
to Hoover.
to Hoover.
I decide
I decide
to get off
to get off
the freeway
the freeway
and to take Surface Street
and to touch Chauffeur Street
for the rest of
for the rest
the trip.
of the trip.
I need to make a
I need to make
stop
a stop
on the way home.
on the way home.
I know that the fridge
I know that the fridge
is empty,
is empty,
so I decide
so I decide
to stop by
to stop by
the market.
a but the market.
I get there
I get there
and I pick up
and I pick up
some French bread,
some French bread,
a bag of
a bag of
apples,
apples,
a few bananas,
a few bananas,
some pasta,
some pasta,
tomato sauce,
tomato sauce,
and a cooked chicken.
and a cooked chicken.
Luckily,
Luckily,
they have a lot of
they have a lot of
checkouts
checkout
stands open,
stand open,
and I get through the
and I get through
line
to lunch
pretty quickly.
pretty quickly.
I thank the
I thank a
cashier
cashier
and the beggar
and a burger,
and push my cart to
burger, and push my cart
my car.
to my car.
I open the trunk
I open the trunk
and load everything
and load everything up.
Just then,
Just then,
my wife
my wife calls
me
on
my cell phone.
my cell phone.
She was going to
She was
be a little late
going to be a little late,
in home
like getting home,
and asks me
and asked me
to make something
to make something
for dinner.
for dinner
Tonight,
tonight.
I will be the cook.
I will be a cook.
This episode
This episode
is called The Commute Home
The Commute Home
and Running Errands.
and Running Errands.
Commute,
Commute,
you know, means driving back
means driving back
and forth
and forth
from your house
from your house
to your work.
to your work.
To run an errand,
To run an errand.
E R
E R R
N
A N
D
D
means to do something,
means to do something.
usually something outside of
something outside
your house.
of your house.
For example, going to the grocery
going to the grocery
store,
store,
going to the drugs
going to the
store,
store,
stopping
stopping
by the post
by the post office
to mail
to mail a little
a letter.
letter.
These are things that you
These are things that
have to do
you have to do
that are not
that are not
part of your work,
part of your work,
but that you need to do
but that you need to do
in your daily life.
in your daily life.
And we call these
Right, and we call the
things errands.
things errand,
And the verb is to run an errand.
and the verb is to run an errand.
Our story says
Our story says
it's 5 o'clock
it's 5 o'clock
and it's quitting
and it's quitting time.
Quitting time
Quitting time
is the time that you
is the time
stop working.
that you stop working.
To quit,
To quit,
Q-U-I-T means to stop.
means to stop.
So quitting time
So quitting time
is the time that
is the time
you stop work
that you stop
at
working
the end of the day.
At the end of the day,
I put a few
I put a few
files into my bag.
into my bag.
I grab my mug,
I grab my mug,
my coffee mug,
my coffee mug,
and I say good night
and I say good night
to the rest of the people
to the rest of people
in my area.
in my area.
If you work at a big
If you work at a big
company,
company,
usually you are divided
usually you are divided into
smaller
smaller groups
groups that work on the
that work on
same topic,
the same topic,
same type of work.
the same type of work.
So there is an
So there is
accounting
an accounting
section, and there is a
section, and there is a
sales section.
sales section.
One way to describe
One way to describe
those smaller groups
those smaller groups
is an area.
is an area.
So people in your area
So people in your area
would be people who
would be people who
work next to
work next
you
to you
on the same things that you
on the same things
do.
that you do. Nó có nghĩa là câu.
I go to the parking
I go to the parking
garage and get into my car.
and get into my car.
I signal
my turn
onto the street.
onto the street.
To signal, S-I-G
N-A-L
means to indicate.
means to indicate.
And in a car,
it means
to turn on what we call the blinker.
The blinker.
B-L-I-N-K-E-R.
K-E-R.
The blinker is what indicates whether you are going to turn left or right. So when you are driving your car and you want to make a turn, you have to signal. Are you going left? Or are you going right? And of course, in the back of the car, there's a little light that goes on and off. We would say it flashes.
We would say it's
F-L-A
flashes. F-L-A-S
S-H-E-S.
S-E-S.
To flash means
To flash means
to go on and off quick.
to go on and off quickly. Oh God.
So I signal my turn. Turn left to right.
Left to right.
Onto the street. And drive toward the freeway. On ramp. I merge as best as I can onto the freeway. To merge
on the on a freeway,
or to merge
or to merge
when you are driving.
when you are driving.
Means that
Means that
there are two
there are two
lanes,
lanes,
two cars
two cars
next to each other.
next to each other,
But the road
but the road
is getting more
is getting more
narrow.
narrow.
The road becomes
Smaller,
smaller, and now you only have
and now you only have
one lane.
one lane.
So these two
So the two
lines of
lines
cars
of cars
have to go into the same
have to go into the same
lane.
lane,
We call that merging.
and we call that merging.
To merge.
To merge,
MERGE.
MERGE
As a verb
as a verb
means to take
means to take
two things
two things
and to put them together.
and to put them together.
We talk
about
companies
that
that
merge.
one company
One company
buys another
buys another
company
company
and they merge.
and they merge.
Come together.
They come together.
Well, in traffic,
Well in
when you
well in traffic,
are driving,
when you are driving.
to merge means
To merge means
go from two lanes
to go from two lanes
to one lane,
to one lane,
and you have to go into and
combine with
another lane
another lane
of traffic.
of traffic.
I merge as best I
Dạ, con gái dạ. Nó định lấy khăn nó quýnh cái đầu con á.
can,
I'm as best I can,
which is always
which is always
a bit of
a bit of
hassle.
đó chưa? Of hassle
This
as this hour.
a hassle.
A hassle.
HASSLE
Sung S
is the same as
is the same as
a problem.
a program.
So it is always a
So it is
bit of,
always a bit of,
meaning
meaning a little
bit,
bit,
somewhat of a
somewhat
problem
of the program
at this hour.
at this hour.
Traffic is stop and
Traffic is stop
go
and go
all
out the way
from downtown.
from downtown.
We use that word
We use that word
traffic,
traffic,
TRAFFIC, to mean the car
to mean the cars
on the street,
on the street,
or the cars
or the cars
on the freeway.
on the freeway.
You may ask someone, how
To may ask someone,
was traffic?
how was traffic?
And they may say,
And they may say,
it was terrible.
oh, it was terrible.
Traffic was really
Traffic was very
bad on the freeway
bad on the freeway
this afternoon.
this afternoon.
So it refers to the
So it refers
number of cars
to the number of cars
and how easy it
is
to move on the freeway
to move on the freeway
or the street.
or the street.
When we say traffic is stop
When we say traffic is stop
and go,
and go,
we mean that cars
We mean that cars
are stopping.
are stopping.
Then they go forward
Then they go forward maybe
maybe 10 feet, 20
10 feet,
feet. Then they stop
20 feet.
again.
Then they stop again.
When there are too many
When there are too many cars
cars on the freeway
on the freeway
or on a road,
or on the road,
you cannot just drive
you cannot shoot right
straight through. You have to stop,
road. You have a stop,
wait for the other car, and then
wait,
go. So stop and go.
so stop and go.
So traffic
Traffic
means that the traffic is moving very by straight through. You have to stop